Hi, I'm Matt from hockeyreviews.ca, and this is the Skate Fenders. These are the professional series skate guard review. Now, I've worn these ones for, I would say, about 6 years now, 5 or 6 years. They have lasted the whole time. There's definitely wear on them. You can kind of see some like skate marks of skates hitting it. They have not broken. The straps haven't broken. There's no cracks all the way through. Maybe I'm lucky in that regard, but they have held up very well for the time I've used them. And I bought a second pair just as a backup, which is, here they are. Now these cost $130 in Canada. Originally I bought these for about $60 US back when the dollar was even, so it was about the $60 Canadian. These are a size large, so they fit, I think it's like an 8, sizes 8 and larger. Now, it doesn't fit all skates the same. They're easier to put on my FT1s than these ones because these ones are a wider skate. With that said, it does flex a bit and open up so you can actually get it there. I prefer the full size one just because there's like a tongue one here too, and one I think that doesn't cover the forefoot, so it kind of goes to the back for the ankle. I find pucks here hurt. I find it does a great job of stopping basically anything on the tongues. Now my shin guards come down here, so there's basically no gap of protection there. So I really can't get a puck right there, so I'm happy with that. The ankles are well. I almost wish it would come back to heel because they have taken some off the heel, but I can see why they don't do that because then you can't, like it wouldn't really stretch back and forth. It'd be hard to fit different skates in there. But anyways, the great idea behind these is how it's rigid. So it has ridges in them, and so it doesn't always sit flush on the skate as well. There's a few things to that. One, it makes it more durable when it has the ridges. If it's just flat, it can evidently shatter easier. But also it helps with impact, dispersion, and also keeps the actual plastic a little bit further away from the skate. So it does add a little bit of gap for protection, and so it doesn't hurt as much. Now you can still feel shots when you block them with these. It just hurts much less. So I did a review of the AS1 skates, and where I mentioned I took a shot off the ankle and absolutely, like it hurt over like 2 weeks later. These ones, they're good enough where I take a shot off it and it's gone in like a minute or so. They hurt a bit, but not too much. They don't get away at all in forward flex. Like you can see the tongue still flex a lot. You're not going to flex more than that in your skates. The only thing I could possibly say is that if you have crazy long shin guards, they might get in the way. I have 17s, and mine are, again, they cover basically everything there. And I have no issues with forward flex at all. A lot of people say that they're too bulky. I don't see them as too bulky. Yes, they add a little bit on the sides. I don't really have an issue with them. The one thing that I do feel is when I wear them and then take them off right away, my ankles feel looser. So this feels like it can flex more. Because that does fit a bit tighter. I have no issues skating with them on though, and I actually kind of prefer how they feel on than off. Maybe it's just I'm used to it, but I like that feeling better when it's like tight like that. Now people also, when you're turning, you are going to lose a little bit of like kind of turning mobility. You can see it sticks out a little bit, right? And actually there's some jagged parts right here from pucks hitting down there. So that's some of the wear, but again, these are 6 years old and that's all the damage. I'd say that's pretty good. But, so you can see it is a little bit wider on the inside than a normal skate, right? So normally when you bottom out, it's when you hit here. Now you're going to bottom out when you hit here. Not a huge difference. I don't really have issues with that. Maybe I'm not a good enough skater for that, but I really don't feel like the skate guards ever get in the way of my skating. The straps are probably the weakest thing of what these are. Now, the straps are a pain. I should just cut them, but I haven't. I'm not sure why. Looping the straps and then going back, they can get loose and come out. Basically, what I would always do is shove it into a little hole so the excess doesn't pop out anymore. They sometimes get loose and you step on them and they can fall off. But that's like my only complaint about these, and I think if my only complaint about these in 5 or 6 years time is that the straps kind of suck and I could simply cut them and I wouldn't have an issue. I think that's a pretty minor complaint. I would definitely recommend these to anyone. This is, again, they last like 5 or 6 years for me on my first pair. Even at $130 for 5 or 6 years, I've worn 3 different pairs of skates, and I still have these. I think it's a worthwhile investment. It really doesn't it helps make me not flinch when I'm blocking shots. And if you're playing like a higher end league, where it matters and competitive, I absolutely don't see why you wouldn't wear a set of these. Just keep you on the ice a little bit more. Protection's definitely worth it. You don't look cool, but I never look cool, so I don't really care. That about sums it up for the shot blocker review. Hopefully this is helpful. I, again, definitely recommend these. They've lasted well for me. The straps are slightly annoying, but they're straps and you can just cut them. But they definitely do their job for protection, and I definitely don't, I don't wince when I see a shot coming, whereas without it, I definitely do, and I can definitely feel it without it. Thank you very much for watching. Again, hopefully this was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. I hate to say this, remember to subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are in the description. It just helps me get more gear so I can do more reviews and talk about stuff. As well as if you ever make a purchase of a piece of gear from a company, please, if you don't mind, reaching out to them. If I helped sway that decision, just so they know, gets me out there a little bit and gets me more noticed. That's about it. Thank you very much for watching, and take it easy.